Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. So this is continuation of the previous video, part 1 on the chapter of profit and loss, where I will solve the question number 8 to question number 15 from the exercise 10A from the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. If you have not watched the part 1 video, I highly suggest that you watch that video to have a recall of your concepts that you have learned in your previous class, that is of cost price, selling price, gain, loss, gain percent, loss percent with overheads. So this video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for class 8 following the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, and if you are watching my videos regularly and my videos are beneficial to you, then I strongly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started with this video. Okay, so I have the questions of exercise 10A. In the previous video I solved from exercise 1 to 7. So in this video I will solve the question from exercise, the questions 8 to question number 15. I hope you can read the problems, even though it could be, the fonts could be a little small, but I hope you can make it out. Even though I will read the problems, on the right hand side I will solve the problems. So let's start, continue to solve the problems from 8 to 15. Problem 8 says, if the selling price of 16 water bottles is equal to the cost price of 17 water bottles, find the gain percent earned by the dealer. Selling price of 16 water bottles is equal to the cost price of 17 water bottles. Okay. So in this kind of problem, this problem as it is a little bit tricky. We have to first find the cost price of one water bottle, and also the cost price and the selling price of one water bottle. So we have to find a CP and SP for one water bottle, and based on that we have to find whether it is a loss or gain. Since it is given that it has asked to find the gain percent, definitely it will be a gain. So the gain percent will be based on the CP and SP of one water bottle. So it is given that 16 water bottles is equal to the cost price of 17 water bottles. So let's say CP of 17 water bottles. No, let's CP of one water bottle. Let CP of one water bottle be X. So this implies CP of 17 water bottles is equal to 17x. So this implies SP of 16 water bottles is given to be equal to the CP of 17 water bottles. So the SP of 16 water bottles will be equal to 17x. So this implies SP of one water bottle is equal to 17x by 16. So we know that CP of one water bottle is X, SP of one water bottle is 17x by 16. So clearly we know that 17x by 16 is greater than X. This value is obviously greater than X. So this implies gain is equal to SP, and SP and CP are based on cost of one water bottle. So SP is equal to 17x by 16 and Cp is x. This is equal to 17x minus 16x by 16. This is equal to x by 16. So gain is this. Therefore this implies gain percent is equal to gain divided by Cp multiplied by 100, this percentage. This is equal to, what is gain? Gain is x by 16. What is Cp? Cp is x. So we have this multiplied by 100, this much percentage. If you simplify, we get x multiplied by 100 divided by x multiplied by 16, this much percentage. This is equal to x cancels out, and we have after simplifying 100 by 16, we have 425. So this is 25 by 4 percentage, which as a mixed fraction will be 6 and 1/4 percentage. So this is the percentage gain. Now remember one thing, that if you are asked to find the gain percent or loss percent, it will not depend upon the number of articles or commodities sold or purchased. Meaning, if there is a gain, if you are asked to find a gain percent, then the gain percent will be the same if for 10 articles and 20 articles, the gain percent will always be same. Gain percent or loss percent does not depend on the number of items involved in the selling or buying of the article, whereas the absolute value of gain, profit or loss will definitely depend on the number of articles purchased and or sold. Please keep this in mind. Okay, let's do problem number 9. The cost price of 12 candles is equal to the selling price of 15 candles. Find the loss percent. It is exactly same as the question number 8, but anyway, let's do it. Now in the previous problem, we assumed that the Cp of one water bottle is x. So the entire calculation of Cp, Sp and the gain percent was based on one water bottle. It is not necessary to solve this problem like that. The question number 8, it is one way of solving the problem. Question number 9, let's try to solve it in a different way. Let's say, so we are given that the cost price of 12 candles is equal to the selling price of 15 candles. Okay, so let's say let selling price of, let's say, let selling price of 15 candles be x. This implies that cost price, it is given that cost price of 12 candles is equal to the selling price of 15 candles. So cost price of 12 candles is equal to x, since we have assumed the selling price of 15 candles to be x. Now this implies if cost price of 12 candles is x, then cost price of 15 candles will be equal to x by 12 multiplied by 15. This is equal to 15x by 12. So now we can then compute the gain percent or loss percent, whatever it is, based on 15 candles. So we know the selling price of 15 candles is x. We know the cost price of 15 candles is 15x by 12. Therefore, this is greater than x. So therefore, cost price we can see is greater than selling price. So definitely there is a loss. So loss is equal to Cp we know CP minus SP, and here CP and SP is based on the price of 15 candles. So this is equal to CP is CP of 15 candles is 15x by 12, and SP of 15 candles we assume to be x. This is equal to 15x minus 12x by 12. This is 3x by 12. This is x by 4. The loss is x by 4. Therefore, loss percent is loss by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. What is loss? Loss is x by 4. What is CP? These are all based on 15 candles. CP of 15 candles is 15x by 12. This multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Now if we simplify, this becomes x multiplied by 100 multiplied by 12 divided by 4 multiplied by 15 x, this much percentage. X cancels out. 3 divides 15 with 5, 3 divides 12 with 4, 4 cancels out, and 5 divides 100, 20. So this is equal to 20%. So there is a loss of 20%. Okay, let's do question number 10. By selling 130 cassettes, a man gains an amount equal to the selling price of 5 cassettes. Find the gain percent. By selling 130 cassettes, a man gains an amount equal to the selling price of 5 cassettes. The selling price of 5 cassettes. Find the gain or gain percent. Okay, so what is given? The number of articles, that is number of cassettes being sold or purchased, is given, which is 130, and also a man gains, the total gain is given to be the selling price of 5 cassettes. Okay, so let SP of 1 cassette be x. This implies SP of 1 cassette be x. Okay. Therefore, since 130 cassettes has been sold, therefore SP of 130 cassettes is equal to 130x. Okay. Also, there is a gain. It says that a man gains an amount equal to selling price of 5 cassettes. Also, we can say gain is equal to the selling price of 5 cassettes. That is, selling price of 1 cassette is x. So 5 into x, this is 5x. The gain is 5%, and the that is gain is 5%. That is the gain is 5% based on selling 130 cassettes. So this implies, we know, if there is a gain, then cost price will be equal to the selling price minus gain. We have to find the cost price, because in order to find the gain percent or loss percent, it is always based on cost price. To find gain percent or loss percent, you need to know gain or loss and also the cost price. So gain we have found is 5x, and so gain is 5x based on the 130 cassettes, and the selling price of 130 cassettes is 130x. So therefore, we can say cost price will be, since there is a gain, cost price is selling price minus gain, which is 130x 130x minus 5x, which is 125x. So this is the cost price. This implies that gain percent now will be equal to gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100, this much percentage, which is equal to gain is 5x, cost price is 125x. Please keep in mind that all this gain, all this cost price and the selling price is based on 130 cassettes. So we have this. So after simplification, x cancels out. 5 divides 125 with 25 and 25 divides 100 with 4. So this is 4%. So there is a gain of 4%. Okay, let's do question number 11. By selling 45 lemons, a vendor loses a sum equal to the selling price of 3 lemons. Find his loss percent. It is exactly similar to the question number 10, but anyway, let's solve it. By selling 45 lemons, so the vendor loses a sum equal to the selling price of 3 lemons. So the total loss, the total loss is given in terms of the selling price of 3 lemons and also the total lemons sold was 45. So find the loss percent. Okay, so we have to find the cost price of 45 lemons based on whatever information is given. Okay, so a vendor loses a sum equal to selling price of 3 lemons. So let's say it will be easier to assume, let SP of 1 lemon be X. This implies SP. This implies what is the total? It is said that a vendor loses a sum equal to the selling price of 3 lemons. Therefore, we can say loss is equal to SP. We can say loss is equal to X into 3, because it is given that the loss is equal to the selling price of 3 lemons, and we have assumed the selling price of 1 lemon to be X, so the loss will be 3 into X. Okay. This is the total loss, that is in selling 45 lemons. So we can also say then selling price of 45 lemons will be equal to 45 into X, since we have assumed the selling price of 1 lemon to be X. Okay, so we know the selling price of 45 lemons, we know the loss, total loss in selling 45 lemons, which is 3x. So we can find cost price. Selling price is cost price will be, since there is a loss, cost price will be selling price plus loss. So this is equal to selling price is 45x, loss is 3x, which is equal to 48x. Okay. Now this implies, we can say loss percent. It has asked to find the loss percent. Loss percent will be equal to loss divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Loss we know is 3x. We have 3x multiplied by 100. CP we know as 48x, this much percentage. So x cancels out. 3 divides 48 with 16, and 4 divides 16 with 4. 4 divides 100 with 25. So this is equal to 25 by 4 percentage. This is equal to 6 and 1/4 percentage. So this is the loss percentage. Okay, let's solve question number 12. Oranges are bought at 6 for rupees 20. That is 6 oranges, cost price of 6 oranges is rupees 20 and sold at 4 for rupees 18. That is the selling price of 4 oranges is 18. Find the gain or loss percent. Okay. Now it is better that, please remember that the gain or loss is always based on the equal number of the gain or loss is based on the selling price and cost price of equal number of articles or commodities. If you have to find the gain, then you have to know the selling price and cost price of the same number of articles or commodities. In this problem, it is said that oranges, it is said that selling price, we have cost price, let's say it is given that oranges are bought at 6 for rupees 20. So cost price of 6 oranges is equal to rupees 20. The number of articles to find the cost price and selling price has to be same. You can find the CP and SP of one article, or you can find the CP and SP of any number of articles, but that has to be same for both SP and CP. Based on that, you can find the gain percent or loss percent. But remember that to find the gain, the absolute value of gain and loss will always depend on the number of articles purchased or sold. Only the gain percent and loss percent will not depend on the number of articles sold or purchased. Since in this question it is asking find the gain or loss percent, we can find the SP and CP of any number of articles or any number of oranges. It could be 1, it could be 10, it could be 5, whichever you find convenient. So I will always prefer to find the CP and SP of one orange. So this implies CP of one orange is equal to rupees 20 divided by 6. Okay. Also it is given that selling price of 4 oranges is given to be equal to rupees 18. So this implies selling price of one orange is equal to rupees 18 by 4. Okay. So now we know the CP of one orange, we know the SP of one orange. Now it is asking to find the gain or loss percent. So we have to first find whether there is a gain or loss. That is whether SP is greater than CP or less than CP. Now both the value of CP and SP are as a fraction. So we have to know. We have to first check whether 20 by 6 is less than or greater than 18 by 4. So if you so the one way to get rid of this fraction is you can find the CP or SP of certain number of oranges, and that certain number of oranges will be the LCM of 6 and 4. 6 and 4, then we can get rid of this fractional price of that number of oranges. Meaning, so I want this price, the CP and SP, to be an integer instead of this fraction. In this case, the CP of one oranges is coming to be 20 by 6. I want that to be some integer. So I can say that this implies, let's do that, CP of now if I want to convert 20 by 6, if I have to compare 20 by 6 and 18 by 4, you must have you must be aware, you must have already learned in your previous class how to compare two fraction or rationals. You you take you can convert you can take the LCM of both the denominators and multiply both the fractions or rationals with that LCM and then compare those integers. So CP of I will consider I will compute the CP and SP of that number of oranges which will be the LCM of 6 and 4, which is 12. So CP of 12 oranges, I'm sorry for my clumsy solution. So CP of 12 oranges will be 12 multiplied by 20 by 6, this much rupees. This is equal to 40. This is equal to 40. Similarly, SP of 12 oranges will be equal to rupees 18 by 4 multiplied by 12, which is equal to 3, so 54. So now it will be easier to compare 40 and 54. Certainly 54 is greater than 40, so I can say that which is, we can say, greater than rupees 40. Therefore, since SP is greater than CP, we can say there is a gain. So now we are comparing SP and CP based on 12 oranges. So gain is equal to SP minus CP, and this SP and CP is based on 12 oranges. So this is equal to rupees 54 minus rupees 40, which is equal to rupees 14. So rupees 14 is the gain in selling 12 oranges. Okay. Therefore, gain percent, it has asked to find the gain or loss percent. So we can obviously see there is a gain. So gain percent is equal to gain divided by CP, and this CP will be obviously the CP of 12 oranges into 100, this much percentage. This is equal to, what is gain? Gain is 14, and what is CP? CP must be the CP of 12 oranges, which is 40. So 40 multiplied by 100, this much percentage. So we have to simplify this. 0 0 cancels out, 2 2 to 5 to 7, this is equal to 35 percentage. So there is a gain of 35 percentage. Okay, let's do question number 13. A vendor purchased bananas at rupees 40 per dozen and sold them at 10 for rupees 36. Find his gain or loss percent. Okay, so we can see that purchased means cost price. We can see cost price of rupees 40 per dozen means 12. Cost price of 12 bananas is given to be rupees 40. Okay, and selling price, it is given that and sold at 4 for rupees 18, that is 4 bananas were sold for rupees 18. So selling price of 4 bananas is equal to rupees 4. Now remember that to find the gain or loss, the number of articles or the number of items purchased and sold must be the same. So we know the CP of 12 bananas and we know the SP of 4 bananas. So let's find the CP and SP of 12 bananas. So SP of 12 bananas will be definitely rupees 4 multiplied by 3, which is equal to rupees 12. So we can see that the SP is less than SP is less than rupees cost price, that is 40, and the SP and CP are based on 12 bananas. So there is a loss is equal to will be CP minus SP. CP of 12 bananas is rupees 40, and selling price of 12 bananas is rupees 12, which is equal to rupees 28. So loss is rupees 28, and this loss rupees 28 is based on the CP of 12 bananas, which is rupees 40. So this implies loss percent is equal to loss divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage, this which will be equal to 28 is the loss, and total cost price of 12 bananas is 40 multiplied by 100, this much percentage. If you simplify, we get this to be 70%. So there is a loss of 70%. Okay, let's do problem number 14. A man bought apples at 10 for rupees 75 and sold them rupees 75 per dozen. Find his loss percent. Okay, so what is given? A man bought, so CP, a man bought apples at 10 for rupees 75, that is 10 apples for rupees 75. So CP of 10 apples is given to be rupees 75. We have to take the number of apples purchased or sold the same conveniently, so that it is easy for us to do the calculation. And what is given? Selling price. A man bought apples at 10 for rupees 75 and sold them at rupees 75 per dozen. That is, selling price of 12 apples is equal to rupees 75. Okay. Now, should we find the CP and SP of one apple and then compute the percent of loss, which will be easy to do the computation? Or now, if we want to find the CP and SP of one apples, we have to divide 75 by 10 and then 75 by 12. It will be a fraction. One thing you can do is that you can find the cost price and selling price of certain number of apples, which will be the LCM of 10 and 12. Even though if the number will become big, I think it is, at least for me, it is easier to do arithmetic calculation with integers instead of compared to fractions or decimals or rational numbers. So let's see, cost price of the LCM of 10 and 20 will be how much? Will be 60. LCM of 12 and 10 is equal to 60. So cost price of 60 apples will be equal to rupees 75 multiplied by 6. Also we can say selling price of 60 apples will be equal to rupees 75 multiplied by 5. Okay. So now we will compute the gain or loss based on the CP and SP of 60 apples. We can see that 75 multiplied by 6, 75 multiplied by 6 is greater than 75 multiplied by 5. So definitely CP is greater than SP, which means that there is a loss. Therefore, loss is equal to CP minus SP, and of course here CP and SP means the CP of 60 apples and SP means SP of 60 apples. So this will be rupees 75 multiplied by 6 minus rupees 75 multiplied by 5. This is equal to rupees 75. So loss is this, and this loss rupees 75 is based on the cost price of 60 apples, which is rupees 75 multiplied by 6. I have deliberately kept the 75 multiplied by 6 as it is, as it will help in doing cancellation in further in calculation in the next steps. So this implies loss percent will be equal to loss divided by CP multiplied by 100, this much percentage. This is equal to a loss is 75 and CP is 75 multiplied by 6, and we have multiplied by 100, this much percentage. 75 cancels out, 100 by 6, this will be let's divide by 2, so we have 50 by 3 percentage, which is equal to, as a mixed fraction, whenever you have a percentage, if you find if the result of a percentage is coming out as an improper fraction, always convert it as a mixed fraction. So 50 by 3 as a mixed fraction will be 16 and 2/3. So this is the loss percent. Okay, let's do the last problem, that is the problem number 15 for this video. There are almost another 15 or 20 problems which I will cover in another 2 videos. So question number 15 says, a man purchased some eggs at 3 for rupees 16 and sold them at 5 for rupees 36. Thus he gained rupees 168 in all. How many eggs did he purchase? Okay, so this is a little bit different problem. A man purchased some eggs, so some eggs at 3 for 16 rupees 16 and sold them means that same number of eggs at 5 for rupees 36. Thus he gained rupees 168 in total. That is, whatever the number of eggs was purchased, if that was X, then in that transaction, that is buying that X number of eggs,